Now we talk about the homework 8, problem 7. Here are the formula we might use in this problem, so we write them on the head. And we know that the process dt equals n1t cosine omega ct plus theta plus n2 t sine omega ct plus theta. So the question A is find the expect of zt. So we can write down the zt. We know that this part and this part is plus this part, so we can separate them directly, separate them to expect. And we also know that all the process and the variable is they are all independent, so we can separate them as 4 parts directly. The 4 part is the expect of n1t multiply the expect of cosine omega ct plus theta and plus the expect of n2 t multiply the expect of sine omega ct plus theta. And from the problem we know that n1t and n2t are WSS, wide sense stationary process, so they have so their expect are constant. And we can set the expect of n1t equals to eta 1, and the expect of the n2t is theta 2. And we know that the cosine omega ct 加 plus theta, the theta is uniform from 0 to 2 pi, and so it is very clearly that here is its graph. It is very clear that the expect of this part is 0, and similarly the expect of this part is equal to it is 0 too. So it equals eta 1 multiply 0 plus eta 2 multiply 0. So the expect of zt is 0. And for question B, we must calculate RZ T1, T2. It equals the expect of Z T1 multiply Z T2. And we can see ZT equals this formula. So it must be 2 multiply 2. There must be 4 parts. The first part the first part might be n1 t1 cosine omega c t1 plus theta multiply n1 t2 cosine omega c t2 plus theta. So and we know that n1t, n2t, and theta are all independent, so we can separate the multiply directly into two aspects. So it equals E n1 t1 n1 t2 multiply E cosine omega c t1 plus theta multiply cosine omega c t2 plus theta. And the second part is the aspect of n1 t1 plus n2 t2 multiply the aspect of cosine omega c t1 plus theta multiply sine omega c t2 plus theta. Similarly, the third part is the aspect of n1 t2 plus n2 t1 multiply E sine omega c t1 plus theta. Oh, sorry. This part might be n2 t1 multiply n1 t2. Okay. Cosine omega c t2 plus theta. Plus the last part is E n2 t1 plus n2 t2 multiply the aspect of sine omega c t1 plus theta multiply sine omega c t2 multiply theta. So we can continue. This part, we can see that it is equals Rn1 tau, and this part, this part equals eta 1, eta 2. This part it also equals eta 1, eta 2, and the last part equals, we can see it n2, so it's Rn2 tau. Now we can calculate this part. Now we must use the formula we write on the head. So cosine omega c t1 plus theta multiply cosine omega c t2 plus theta, it might be use this formula. It equals cosine alpha 加 beta, it equals omega c t1 plus t2 plus 2 theta plus cosine omega alpha 减 omega alpha minus beta, it equals cosine omega c t1 minus t2, and we must to calculate the expect. And now we can see this part equals to 0, and this part, the expect of this part equals cosine omega c tau. So the whole formula equals to cosine omega c tau. Oh, sorry, here is the half. So like this calculation, we can calculate the others. And this is our half of cosine omega c tau, and this part must be equals minus 1/2 multiply sine omega c tau, and this part might equals half sine omega c tau, and this part equals minus cosine omega c tau. Now we can see that it is, oh sorry, it's not minus, it's positive. Now we can find this and this, we plus them are 0, so the result is 1/2 Rn1 tau plus Rn2 tau, and we should multiply cosine omega c tau. And we find that this formula is only corresponded to tau. So the only variable is tau. So it is, we can say that the process ZT is WSS. As for the question C, we want to calculate if tau equals to 0. It equals, we can use this formula, Rn1 0 multiply Rn2 0. And cosine omega c tau, tau equals to 0, so it equals to 1. And if tau is 0, there is no time differences, so we can write it is En1 t to the power 2 plus En2 t to the power 2. So that is the result of RZ0.